How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're in a battle versus BAM or 107 Gaming from the Discord server in the OU tier. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles right now. There is a link in the description down below. And friendly reminder to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. We're on our way to 20k by the end of the year, and I'd love for you to be a part of that journey. Anyway, looking at their team, they've got a pretty powerful one. They've got the Galarian Slowking, which is interesting. The Torkoal Ursaluna, which is terrifying. I'm guessing we're going to see some Trick Room action between the Galarian Slowking and the Ursaluna, maybe. They've also got the Sun, which boosts the Walking Wake, and the Enamorus is a big threat on its own. So, with that in mind, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I think they lead with Deoxys Defense or Galarian Slowking, so I kind of want to go with a better lead than what I was going to... I think I'm going to go with an Indeedee lead. I'm just going to get that Psychic Terrain up straight away. And we'll just kind of go from there because we're not going to be able to stop that Trick Room. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, bam. So they're going to lead off with Lord Shunshi, which is a great nickname for a Deoxys Defense, as we lead off with Indeedee. So we get the Psychic Surge up, which is great. Now, this Deoxys Defense is either going to Trick Room on us, Stealth Rock on us, or Teleport on us. One of the three things. It may also go for a knockoff, to be fair. I know it's not going to go for a Psychic Stab, so in theory I could go into my good old Great Tusk. All I know is I have nothing on my team that's capable of one-shotting a Deoxys Defense. So, I'm going to have to go for the option that entails going into Armarouge, maybe. Armarouge could do well against the Galarian Slowking. Will definitely sting a little bit of Expanding Force. Yeah, let's go into the Armarouge. I think the Armarouge is probably the best thing to do. Indeed, he can't touch this thing, no doubt. So, I mean, Hyper Voice might do a little bit of damage, but it's not going to do much. So we'll go into Armarouge real quick. There we go. They do go for his spikes, so I'm hoping that this is an indicator that it is not a Trick Room Galarian Slowking. Trick Room doesn't pair well with Enamorus and Walking Wake anyway, so I'm hoping it's not a mixture of them. So I'm going to go ahead and play as if it's not going to be one of those teams. So I'm going to go for an Armor Cannon right now just to get some damage off and also to see the cool animation because it looks sick. Boom. And it does half, which is great. It does lower our defenses, but that's fine. It's no big deal. As they go for a Nightshade. So Nightshade is a ghost type move, but it's not super effective because it's a set amount of damage, if that makes sense. So it doesn't activate our weakness policy, unfortunately, which means we can't go for a +2 armor cannon right now. We'll have to just settle for a +1 armor cannon, and they may switch out anyway into the Slowking or the Torkoal. So they're going to withdraw. They're going to withdraw into something to take an armor cannon, which is probably going to be the Walking Wake if I had to guess. Boo Boo is coming in though, which is the Ursaluna. They straight up brought their Ursaluna in to die. As the armor cannon goes burr, taking out half their health. Don't tell me they're like scarfed Ursaluna or something. No, they're guts. Their guts burned Ursaluna. That's great. So we can just go for an Expanding Force now. Armarouge is putting a lot of pressure on my opponent's team right now. This Expanding Force definitely destroys the Ursaluna. So down goes the Ursaluna. Bit of a weird one. I guess they couldn't really risk anything coming in because nothing can really take an Expanding Force from Armarouge. So they must have decided that Ursaluna was their least valuable Pokemon. So in comes Cynthia, which is going to be the Enamorus. Interesting. So this thing's going to hurt us because we're at -2 defense and special defense. So we got to get out of there, really. I'm definitely thinking Corviknight. So I'm going to go Corviknight. Corviknight can definitely handle this Enamorus pretty well. They do have potentially Mystical Fire, but we are specially defensive. And also, we can lower their special attack. Wait. We're Pressure, yeah. I was just thinking, we're not Mirror Armor on this particular one. We're Pressure. So Earth Power comes through. That's not going to work on us, I'm afraid. Now we just go for a U-turn because I'm fully expecting them to either switch out or stay in and go for a Mystical Fire. And getting a free switch on the Enamorus would be great. So they do withdraw the Enamorus. What are they going to go into? Torkoal? Lord Shinza. That's got to be the Torkoal. These are Avatar. No. Are they? Avatar? Am I being thick? I'm probably being thick. Anyway, let's go for a U-turn and get out of here. This Torkoal set up the sun. It's not good for us. The Psychic Terrain is still up, so I can just freely go into Armor Rouge, put a lot of pressure on them by going for the Expanding Force. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Armor Rouge comes in. We do take some Spikes damage, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And we just go for an Expanding Force and something dies other than the Deoxys Defense. So they're actually going to Tera. What type are they going to Tera their Torkoal into to take an Expanding Force like that? This could really throw us for a loop. So they're going for a Tera Water, which is an interesting choice, considering we're going for a Psychic move right now. But they may be expecting something else. So let's go for an Expanding Force. It does KO the Torkoal. Down goes the Torkoal. Nice and easily does it every time. So, with 2 KOs under its belt, Armor Rouge is looking pretty good right now. The sun is up, which makes that Walking Wake a massive threat. But I'm pretty sure we can handle it. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do any weak armor shenanigans with the Armor Rouge due to the fact that there's no physical attackers left on our team, unless this thing is the superpower variant, which I have a feeling it's not. So let's go Corviknight real quick, just to, you know, repel any earth powers that may be coming. I don't think they'll go for Mystical Fire. It's too risky. They may still go for a Mystical Fire and predict this Corviknight switch, but they do go for Mystical Fire, predicting this Corviknight switch, and in the sun that does a lot of damage, but it's not enough to KO us. But unfortunately, we do lower those special attacks, so that is unfortunate. So the weirdness disappears. Corviknight ain't doing anything for us anymore, so I am just gonna let it go down here. But I will go for a U-turn just in case they switch like they have done. So there we go. That works out nicely for us as Nabia comes in, which is of course the Walking Wake. Protosynthesis is gonna boost its bombardment speed. And then we're going to get on out of there because I just don't want to face a Walking Wake with a Corviknight. Although saying that, Corviknight, I would have preferred Corviknight to have gone down. But it is what it is at the end of the day, isn't it? So, what do? They can't Tera. We can go into Tera with our Kyurem. I'm half tempted to Kyurem Tera, because I feel like they're going to expect Terastal and go for a Flamethrower in the sun. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm really hoping they do, because this Walking Wake in the sun is terrifying. So, I'm going to Tera. I'm going to Scale Shot, and it should KO. There we go, Terrestrializing into a Fire type. Hopefully this works out, and Draco Meteor doesn't KO us. I'm pretty sure Draco doesn't KO us in the sun because they haven't got a boost. Unless the Choice Specs, of course. If the Choice Specs, though, we can handle it with something else afterwards. So that's not a big deal. Let's see what they go for. They go for a Draco Meteor, of course. And we live it. Barely. We barely live. Go for that Scale Shot. And that is easily a KO with the loaded dice, of course, making it so we always hit at least 4 times. Which is fantastic. So there we go. That's going to boost our speed. It's going to lower our defense. But I think we're in a good position right now because the Deoxys Defense was at half health. The Enamorus definitely goes down to an Icicle Spear. And obviously the Walking Wake is now deceased. So there we go. Alright, in comes Cynthia the Enamorus once again. So I'm guessing they're Choice Scarfed. And if they're Choice Scarfed, we definitely lose our Kyurem here. So I'm going to go for an Icicle Spear. We go for an Icicle Spear. They aren't Choice Scarfed. They were probably trying to scare us out by making us think they were Choice Scarfed. But no, we're not falling for those trickeries. We are definitely going to take out the Enamorus with our Kyurem right now, which is fantastic. So, with that in mind, they could go with Deoxys Defense. I think Deoxys Defense has a good chance of living a Icicle Spear from us. And so does Galarian Slowking. So, they could definitely take us out with one of those two. So, in comes Lord Shun Shi Wen, the Deoxys Defense. I think they could definitely live a hit with Deoxys Defense. Let's try it. Let's go for it. Maybe Terra Blast to do more because it's in the sun, but I don't know. Icicle Spear is still... We'll just go for it anyway. Why not? Come on, Kyurem. Come on, Kyurem. Just don't hit 4 times. Oh, yes. Kyurem with the epic comeback against the Walking Wake. What an absolute menace. Kyurem is a menace. So Armor Rouge put some pressure on my opponent's team there. But Kyurem is the one that ended up doing the deed. I mean, it may not KO this Slowking right here, but it's definitely going to do a lot of damage, that's for sure. So, Icicle Spear comes through. Oh, actually, no, we may actually be alright. That may do enough damage. Oh, no, they've got a berry. which is going to heal their health. So that is out of the question. So personally, I would have gone into the Slowking a bit earlier. Knowing that it will actually live an Icicle Spear from this thing, a 5-hitting Icicle Spear, which is effectively a base 125 Ice-type move. Fire Blast hits, which is going to KO us, as down goes Kyurem. So that's unfortunate that we did lose our Kyurem and it didn't get to finish up the game. But Slowking is actually a big threat right now. And I'm going to tell you why. So we could go Great Tusk, we could Earthquake this thing. Earthquake isn't a guaranteed KO because we are a defensive variant of Great Tusk, so they could easily go for a Psychic or something like that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Indeedee first, and then I'm going to go Armarouge afterwards. So we'll go Indeedee first, like so. We're going to do a bit of Healing Wish techery right now, so we'll go for a Psychic Surge, get the Psychic Terrain up and running. And then we'll go for a Healing Wish out into our Armarouge. There we go. Healing Wish comes through. And are they going for... Why did they go... I thought we were meant to go last when we use Healing Wish. What have they gone for? Nasty Plot. Is that offensive Slowking? I didn't even know it got Nasty Plot. Anyway. Armor Cannons coming in. Arm Cannons. Hashtag Arm Cannons. That's an old meme back in the X and Y day. That's throwback. A little bit of a relic for you. But anyway, the Healing Wish came true. Obviously, that's going to heal us to full health, which is always nice. We do get hurt by spikes afterwards, of course. And now we just go for an Expanding Force to KO this Slowking, unless they have something to say about it, which they don't. As down it goes. So GG 107 Gaming. That was a pretty fun one. We got to show off Kyurem. Kyurem is a very powerful Pokemon in the OU tier right now. I've been having a lot of success with it on Showdown. This team in particular is doing pretty well. And the fact that it blocks priority moves to stop priority move users from revenge killing, Kyurem is pretty awesome. But overall, that was a really fun battle. I enjoyed that one. But anyway, here is the team. Try it out if you want to. Use the code at the top right corner of the screen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.